Hey guys, welcome back to the Brenz podcast. This is a new video and I would like to do it in a different way, which is I'm going to read off a book that I had read before. The title is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You can check the link in the description below. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. It's chapter 5, lesson 5. The rich invest money. Often in the real world, it's not the smart who get ahead, but the bold. Last night, I took a break from writing and watched a TV program on the history of young men named Alexander Graham Bell. Bell has just patented his telephone and was having growing pains because the demand of his new invention was so strong. Needing a bigger company, he then went to the giant at the time, Western Union, and asked them if they would buy his patent and his tiny company. He wanted $100,000 for the whole package. The president of Western Union scoffed at him and turned him down, saying the price was ridiculous. The rest is history. A multi-billion-dollar industry emerged, and AT&T was born. The evening news came on right after the story of Alexander Graham Bell. On the news was the story of another downsizing at a local company. The workers were angry and complained that the company ownership was unfair. A terminated manager of about 45 years of age had his wife and 2 babies at the plant and was begging the guards to let him talk to the owners to ask if they would reconsider his termination. He had just bought a house and was afraid of losing it. The camera focused on his pleading for all the world to see. Needless to say, it held my attention. I have been teaching professionally since 1984. It has been a great experience and a rewarding one. It is also a disturbing profession, for I have taught thousands of individuals and I see one thing in common. In all of us, myself included, we all have tremendous potential and we all blessed with gifts. Yet the one thing that holds all of us back is some degree of self-doubt. It is not much the lack of technical information that holds us back, but more the lack of self-confidence. Some are more affected than others. Once we leave school, most of us know that it is not so much a matter of college degree or good grades that count. In the real world, outside of academics, something more than just grades is required. I have heard it called many things: guts, schultzpad, balls, audacity, bravado, cunning, daring, tenacity, and brilliance. This factor, whatever it is labeled, ultimately decides one's future much more than school grades do. Inside each of us is one of those brave, brilliant, and daring characters. There is also the flip side of that character, people who could get down on their knees and beg if necessary. After a year in Vietnam as a Marine Corps pilot, I got to know both of those characters inside of me intimately. One is not better than the other. As a teacher, I recognized that it was excessive fear and self-doubt that were the greatest detractors of personal genius. It broke my heart to see students know the answers, yet lack the courage to act on the answer. Often in the real world, it's not the smart who get ahead, but the bold. In my personal experience, your financial genius requires both technical knowledge as well as courage. If fear is too strong, the genius is suppressed. In my classes, I strongly urge students to learn to take risks, to be bold, and to let the genius convert that far into power and brilliance. It works for some and just terrifies others. I have come to realize that for most people, when it comes to the subject of money, they would rather play it safe. I have had to field questions such as, why take risks? Why should I bother developing my financial IQ? Why should I become financially literate? And I answer, just to have more options. The end. And that's it, guys. Thank you for listening. We'll try to keep up and post a couple of videos every week. And before I forget, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up, and don't forget to activate the bell so you can get new videos when posted. See you next time.